Using the word very can make your English sound repetitive and less interesting. There are many ways to avoid using very by choosing more precise and descriptive words. This will help you sound more fluent and make your speech or writing more engaging. Here are some simple alternatives for different situations, perfect for A1 and A2 levels of English learners. Let's listen to Ellen give us some examples.
Very good. Instead of saying very good, you can use excellent. The movie was excellent. Great, she did a great job on her homework. Wonderful. We had a wonderful time at the park. 2. Very bad.
Very bad. Instead of saying very bad, you can use terrible. The weather was terrible yesterday. Awful. I had an awful headache. Horrible. The food at the restaurant was horrible.
Very happy. Instead of saying very happy, you can use delighted. She was delighted with her new toy. Joyful. They felt joyful after winning the game. Thrilled. I was thrilled to see my best friend.
Instead of saying very sad, you can use heartbroken. She was heartbroken when her pet ran away. Miserable. He felt miserable after losing his job. Depressed. The rainy weather made everyone feel depressed.
Instead of saying very tired, you can use exhausted. After the long hike, we were all exhausted. Worn out. She was worn out after working all day. Drained. I feel drained after studying for the exam.
Instead of saying very small, you can use tiny. The kitten was tiny and adorable. Miniature. He has a collection of miniature cars. Petite. She wore a petite dress.
Instead of saying very big, you can use several alternatives. For instance, huge. Like in the sentence, the elephant was huge. Or you might opt for gigantic. Imagine saying they have a gigantic house. And then there's enormous. You could describe something like, the cake was enormous.
Instead of saying very cold, there are a few vivid alternatives. Consider freezing. For example, it was freezing outside, so we stayed indoors. Or perhaps icy. You could use it in a sentence like, the lake was icy in winter. And chilly is another great choice. You might say, the morning air was chilly.
Instead of saying very hot, you can use scorching. The sun was scorching at midday. Boiling. The water in the pot was boiling. Blazing. The desert was blazing under the sun.
Instead of saying very hungry, you can use starving. After skipping lunch, I was starving. Famished. He felt famished after the workout. Ravenous. We were ravenous after the long journey.
To improve your English, practice using these words in sentences. Here are some exercises for you. Choose the correct word. The dog was tiny, very small. She felt heartbroken, very sad, after the movie. We were exhausted, very tired after the trip. Rewrite sentences. The cake was very big. The cake was enormous. It was very cold outside. It was freezing outside. She did a very good job. She did an excellent job. By using these alternatives, you'll make your English more vivid and expressive. Keep practicing, and soon you'll notice how much more interesting your conversations and writings become. Please like, subscribe, and comment so we can continue making videos like these. If you don't, we will have to go back to our old job of robbing banks and being pickpockets. Make the background music country.